All right, so first we're going to start with the Bills versus the Falcons. These are two teams that are really fighting to stay in the playoffs in their respective conferences. And look, the Bills are fighting also to win the AFC East this year. So look, in this one, I'm just going to take the Bills. This will probably eliminate the Falcons from any contention for the playoffs in the NFC in this one. I just think the Bills are the better team overall, offensively and defensively. I just think they're the better team in this one. The Falcons defense hasn't been all that great this year, and I just don't think they'll keep up with the Bills offense in this one. Now look, just because both of these teams are playing for something, this isn't going to be a blowout by any means. I think the Bills are probably going to win by one score, maybe two scores. Also, given how kind of sloppy they've played lately as of late, maybe not the game versus the Patriots, but as of late, but they're just the better team in this one. I'm going to take them over the Falcons, and they're going to stay atop the AFC East. Also, I'm going to take the Rams over the Ravens. I just think they're also the better team in this one, offensively and defensively. Lamar Jackson probably won't be playing in this one. Even if he did play, he's injured. He was even limping at practice. I just don't see how Lamar Jackson would be effective in this position. The Rams defense coming alive the past few weeks. Their offense coming alive the past few weeks. The Ravens offense not coming alive the past few weeks. The Ravens defense not coming alive the past few weeks. So look, I just think they're outmatched in this one by the Rams. This is going to be crucial for the Rams in terms of seeding in the NFC, trying to get the first seed over the Packers. Also trying to win their division in the NFC West, everyone. So look, I think the Rams stay patted where they are, move up the standings in the NFC, and this will likely put the Ravens out of contention for the playoffs or the AFC North, everyone. So that's how I think that turns out. I'll take the Bears over the Giants. I'll take the Chargers over the Broncos. Drew Lock not looking too well. I just don't see how he keeps up in trying to really compete back and forth, scoring points with this fiery Chargers offense. Now look, they looked atrocious last week versus the Texans, but this is a well-coached team, a very talented offense and defense that I think will bounce back. And I just don't think the Broncos offense with Drew Lock right now will help them keep up in this one. So I'll take the Chargers over the Broncos, and this will help the Chargers keep their spot in the AFC playoff picture. I'll take the Chiefs over the Bengals. This is a really, really big game here. Crucial for the AFC North. If the Bengals win this game, they'll win the AFC North. If the Chiefs win this one, then they'll keep their spot in the first seed. So both teams have something to play for. I'll just take the Chiefs in this one. I like their offense in this one. This is a Bengals defense that can allow you to score points. And I think this is a Chiefs offense that is really just rolling right now. And this is a Chiefs defense that has been incredible the last few weeks. I think they're the better team, and I'll take them over the Bengals this week. And look, that'll put the AFC North title alive next week, because I'll also take the Browns to win over the Steelers and spoil Big Ben's last game at Heinz Field. Look, I just think the Browns defense is getting off to a great start these last few weeks of the NFL season. Week 16, they did good versus the Packers, held them under 30 points and allowed their offense to go down and win the game. They just didn't do it. But look, the Steelers defense has looked atrocious. The run defense isn't good, and that's not good news when you're playing the Browns. I just think this is a game where the Browns' strengths just take over with the run game that sets up for the pass game that can do well versus the Steelers' pass defense that does not look good at all. And this Browns defense, it's going to take over in this game, everyone. And look, I think it'll be defense and run game for the Browns that'll secure them this win over Pittsburgh. And I think the AFC North title is going to be between the Bengals and the Browns in Week 18. I'll take the Packers over the Vikings. The Vikings don't have Kirk Cousins. I'll take the Titans over the Dolphins. That'll really affect the AFC playoff picture for the wild card round and the divisional leaders. Look, I just think the Titans are kind of hitting their stride right now, and I think that's good for them. I think their defense could do well for this Dolphins offense. I think it'll be a close game, but I will take the Titans in this one. I'll take the Eagles over the Washington football team. Look, they won't have Antonio Gibson in this game, and the Eagles are really just rolling right now. Look, I just don't think the Washington football team will have anything to fall back on, especially because they will be missing Antonio Gibson. So I'll take the Eagles in this one. Look, their running game is getting going, and when their run game is going to get going and they are sticking to that as their identity right now, the whole offense opens up, and their defense is playing well right now. So I'll take the Eagles over the Washington football team, and the Eagles are really coming up as that surprise team that no one expected to do well this year. So look, watch out for the Eagles. And moving on, I'm going to take the Bucs over the Jets, the Patriots over the Jaguars, and the 49ers over the Texans. The 49ers are going to clinch a playoff berth. this week, in my opinion. The Buccaneers are going to keep rolling, and so are the Patriots to really keep their spot in the AFC playoff pictures. These are all playoff teams that I think will handle business versus really bottom feeders in this league that are really looking to really stamp their spot at the top of the NFL draft in 2022. So they're going to take care of their business here. Saints versus the Panthers. This game was kind of tough for me to pick, but I am going to take the Panthers in this one. I think their offense is a tad bit better than the Saints, and I think their defense can handle their business a tad bit better than the Saints. The Saints have not been on a roll lately. I just don't like how their offense looks. Their defense is really just up and down. I think this will be a close game, but I will take the Panthers over the Saints. This really has no playoff implications that are all that big of a deal. I'll take the Seahawks over the Lions. And look, these last two games in week 17 here for me to pick Colts or the Raiders in this one. This one was kind of tough for me. These are two teams that have really found their stride the past few weeks, especially the Colts, and they're two teams that are really fighting for their spots in the playoffs right now. Now, look, this one was really hard for me to pick, but I am going to take the Colts in this one. Now, look, both defenses have really come alive the past few weeks, but I do believe in the Colts defense more. This is going to be really detrimental to the Raiders in their playoff standings, but I do think that the Colts have the better run game and the better defense, and they'll win in a close game over the Raiders. I also take the Cowboys over the Cardinals here. Now, this is a really close game that I think will come down to the wire. I do just think on offense and defense, the Cowboys are just playing better right now, and they've hit their stride. But really, when we look at it, the Cardinals offense and their defense has not hit their stride. This is really going to be important to the NFC divisional standings. The Arizona Cardinals are trying to win the NFC West. This is not going to help them in doing that. The Cowboys are trying to catch up to the Packers for the first seed. This is going to help them do that. So look, I think this is a very important case here, but I do think the Cowboys are the team that has hit their stride and are just better right now.